Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Jaseem. I will be your host today. Alongside me, I have Nayeem Chowdhury and Anita Ray. Today, we'll be talking about a very, very, very serious topic. Something that hasn't really been talked about from the youth, such as people my age. So it's only right that, we touch on it and give a little bit of insight and what we think about it. And the topic is none other than knife crime. First of all, I just wanted to say, how are you guys today?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Like the journey here was quite nice, and being able to speak about this kind of topic, it's enlightening because the fact that in London, the amount of crime that we face, especially when it comes to knife crime in young people, is something that is prevalent. It's something that is on the rise, and we're seeing that the impact that it has, the mentality of gang culture and mentality of how people are getting access to these knives through a simple flick of the phone.
Yeah.
And just being able to find that out is why I came on today, just to speak about it, and talk about maybe solutions and what we can look into, man. You know what I'm saying?
You, Anita? And Anita, how are you? How are you feeling today?
Actually, ain't too bad, thank you. It's been a roller coaster of a journey. Obviously, I'm down in Wales. I'm not up in London. If I was up in London, I think I'd probably be there with you. But down in Wales, obviously, about knife crime, Wales is it's different to being in England. It's a massive difference. I mean, you get to see two different stories come together as one. And it's just a sensitive topic to talk about, to be honest with you.
I was checking on looking up some facts and stuff, and it says that 41,000 offences, which are in England and Wales, which is a high number. And personally, what I think, majority of these lives are innocent. Knife crime, it comes with a lot of bad. It's a thing where these people, they're doing these things for literally no reason. Innocent lives are getting taken because of it, and
I wouldn't say it's no reason, because there's a reason for why these kind of offences occur. And not to disregard your point about it. When a life is lost, or a loss is obviously it's sickening and saddening to hear because of what occurred when it comes to knife crime. Like how many cases was it?
40, you know what it is,
over 40,000.
Yeah, no, 41,000.
41,000. So it's 41,000, and then you look at the other statistics of, like, for example, this year is about in London, just specifically London. There's like 29 of those cases have been like murders. Actually, people have died. But despite that, that's a big increase massive increase from like 2013, which was about I believe it was about 23 cases of actual people dying from it. From the cases of that. But it doesn't mean that, despite that number, it doesn't mean that there wasn't no reason for it. Like the reason why they happened is because of the mentality of it. As well as the culture of it. Knife crime isn't just something that just showed up one day.
Nah, you know what it is? I didn't mean no reason by literally no reason. Of course, there's a reason behind someone stabbing someone. You know what I mean?
I said there's a reason behind anything and everything.
100%. What I meant by that is it's not really valid, is it? You know what I mean? When it comes to knife crime and gang culture, it's just point blank periods, like stupidness, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing, is that this whole culture, and why is there such an increase of people being able to get access to knives? These are the kind of questions you find out. Like, how are people acquiring knives? How easy is it to get a knife? First thing, like if I go to the supermarket right now, go to, I don't know, Sainsbury's or wherever, and they're selling knives. And I go to the counter. Like, how easy is it for me to get a knife? For me, I'm probably a bit older, so I'm probably be able to get more access to it. But for young kids, maybe it isn't the same. However, like, then afterwards, it comes to the question is, people are actually buying, from these little stores, as well as sourcing and distributing them. Like, for example, if I went into my phone right now on Snapchat, And I'm not saying this is like I have these people on my phone, but I'm saying for as an example, if I went on and I was like, and I added someone that was in that kind of lifestyle, yeah, because I've seen many young people that have jumped onto their phones, they've seen a snap, and it says, I'm selling this knife or I'm selling that knife.
Yeah.
You know, meet me
100%,
here.
yeah.
And you have to remember, these messages, they disappear. You know, they only stay for a moment, yeah, and then they disappear.
Yeah.
They don't keep records of that
it's
stuff.
snap, bro. So as soon as you get
Yeah, that's
off,
what I mean.
when you get back,
There you go, it goes,
it's off,
you know?
It's off.
But the thing is, though, down here, obviously, it's so much harder to like walk into a shop and get a knife. And most of like to do with knife crime, most of the situations is like self-defense and people just getting a knife out of the drawer and going to have a fight with someone else and full on just stabbing them when they've literally done nothing. Or like they're wanting to get them jumped or whatever, but they're not getting them just jumped.
Yeah.
They're stabbing them instead.
Like if you actually ask someone that is in that lifestyle, like there's loads of interviews and stuff that you can find out, and an amazing person that actually deals with people that have come to these kind of like that have faced these kind of situations is a guy called his name's Farron Alex Paul, I believe. I need to get a correction on his name though, but he's someone that basically collects knives off young people, and he basically takes the knives off them and he gives them to the Metropolitan Police. So he actually takes them and gives them to the Metropolitan Police, and he's actually done a collaboration now with another company called they're called Steelworks, where they take the knives, all these knives that the police have collected, and they turn them into street gems. Imagine that.
So wait, you're telling me that the police is behind it?
And what?
Like so the police know about it basically.
The police know about the rise in knife crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a solution. Like I mean, this guy called Farron, who collects these knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gives them to the police.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah, but young people come to him and speak to him, you know,
Oh.
and they ask like, I remember there was a question asked like, why do you carry a knife? You know, these are questions that you have, like, these simple questions that we ask these kids that have these knives. Why do you have the knife? The main thing for why they have it is what Ania says. Is for the main reason is for protection.
Yeah,
You know,
100.
because if someone's gonna come to stab me, then legit. If someone's gonna come to stab me, then I have to protect myself. You know, and that's one of the main reasons why people have knives. Yeah, and that's why they carry. A lot of them they carry for that. Some carry for intimidation. You know, if they get into a scuffle.
Self-defense.
You know what?
Self-defense
Yeah,
is another
honestly, it's very sad, man. Like when I deep it, some people they get themselves into situations such as gang culture, and they can't manage to get themselves out. You know what I mean? There are so many.
It's a lifestyle, man.
No, but there are so many people. Yeah, I know. But even like people I know, bro. Like I've talked to people that are like, they're messed up, bro. Their heads are messed up now because of things that they've seen.
Yeah, that's because the way they influence
things
them,
that
man.
they went through. But that's the thing, though. You see these these people, yeah. Like for example, these gang members and stuff.
Yeah.
This is what they do. They go to the youngers, yeah, and they kind of make them. They show them everything on the outside.
Yeah, but they don't know.
And but that's the thing, though. Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know
You
the
get me?
real
They show
stuff.
everything on the outside. Look, they show. Oh yeah, I got money. I got cars. I got girls. Name me one 13-year-old that doesn't want that right now. Name me one. You know what I'm trying to say? So they're seeing everything. They're like, raw. Yeah, this guy's got whips. This guy get gal.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. It depends, you know. It depends because it.
No, some people don't want it. Like
Yeah.
there are good youths, bro. You get me?
Yeah.
Some people they're not on it, but there's people, yeah, these little youths that see it and they're like, raw, yeah, let man get involved. I'm gonna get peas, man's gonna get gal, man's gonna, you get me? But then later down the line, they realize that life isn't for them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Even me, bro. Like,
How's the situation in, like over there in Wales like in terms of this, in terms of this kind of that kind of stuff happen in terms of like the culture and stuff?
There's nothing really to do with that. I mean, as it goes, back in May this year, obviously there was this boy and he killed himself because of being in a gang and everything and the way the gang was making him feel. And they had like a memorial for him where he set off like balloons and everything. But it wasn't just any kind of memorial. It was where people were going up there and just stabbing loads of people. And just like smashing cars, setting cars on fire, people's houses on fire. It's just ridiculous. I mean, the police went up there because the police got called by the neighbours and they got sent away. And then 10 minutes later, there was loads of police vans up there and everything. And about 10 young youths died.
What's cool name? I want to ask you, yeah, what has been like has there ever been an encounter that kind of stuck by you, or you know, anything that you've seen, that kind of just, you know, like stuck with you, like, raw, I can't believe that just happened, and you still remember it.
Well, in terms of my own experience.
Yeah.
I've been the thing is when you're growing up, especially when you're growing up in London, you come across many encounters, yeah, and that's not just not to say like some people live it a bit easier and maybe they haven't come across anything, yeah, and some people come across things that they're like their day to day is that. For me, I've come across only a few moments in my life. Like praise be to God that that's the only thing I've only faced a few moments where I've had either a knife pulled out on me or I've had like things like a hammer pulled out on me. And I remember one time in school when I was going to school, and this one guy came up to me and was hooded up and stuff like that, and he was wearing basically it was me and my brother, and we're going to the bus stop. We're just going to go to school, and I remember he pulled out a hammer. And he kept telling me, look down. And I'm like, bro, I'm not looking down. Yeah, I don't know what we look down for, bro. So he's like, wants a phone or a wallet or whatever. Right. And then I remember just like, me and my brother, like, I'm like to my brother, like, let's just go, man. And he keeps saying, look down. And I eventually look down and I see this hammer. Hammer's about like this bit. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's a fat hammer, you know? Yeah. I'm like, this guy's shorter than me, bro. Like, why is he carrying around such a big hammer, man? Stupid guy, bro. We're in broad daylight. Yeah. You know, we're on main road, and like my man's dealing with a hammer. I'm like, bro, bun this guy, grab my brother. It's stupid. Like I grab my brother and I grab him and I drag him out. I'm like, let's go home, bro. I'm not dealing with this idiot, man. And I'm not dealing with this idiot, bro. Yeah. So this guy's shouting over there on the bus stop. He's like, hey, give me your phone, bro. Give me your phone, bro. I'm like, shut your mouth. I'm going. Like it's not happening. So I went home. We skipped like part of the day of school. Got on the bus and then went. Yeah. And then it was calm. After that, it was calm. Like we got a bit of trouble because we came late to school. Yeah, but it was better than losing a life, you know, over something stupid like a phone. Yeah. The thing is, at the end of the day, yeah, when you come to these kind of encounters, yeah, I would say, yeah, if someone comes to you with a knife, if you don't have any way to protect yourself, yeah, and I don't mean carrying a knife, I mean if you don't have the skills to know like how to deal with someone like that, and they're asking for your phone, the easiest thing to do is just give your phone. You know. You can try to run or walk away. My situation,
I don't get things like that. I don't like, you know what it is, yeah. You see when people, if someone was going through a situation like that and they never gave their phone, bro, and they told me, oh yeah, man didn't give them my phone. I'll think,
no, it's dumb. You know why?
Stupid,
because
man.
But like, look, you can. This is the thing. You can buy another phone. Yeah. You can easily get another phone. That's not an issue. Yeah. The issue is that obviously people have a lot of like pride and stuff, you know. They were like, this guy's standing up to me, but I'm gonna stand up back.
But it's not even that. Like people have loads of photos on their phones that they just want to keep and everything, so people ask for their phones.
No, that's it, man.
100.
Like I've had I've lost my phone many times and I had my phone stolen a few times. The other thing is it's just a phone, you know. And if someone comes up to you with a knife and they're asking for your phone, like the best thing to do, if you can, walk away. If you can't, just give the phone and walk away, because if they're not going to stop for the phone,
it's easily replaced.
It's easy to replace. It's better. You can't replace your life, you know.
You can't.
You replace your phone, you can't replace your life.
You can replace your phone, you can't replace your life. At the end of the day, you can't. And that's the whole thing. That's why it's just easier to give that, and that's probably the best solution that someone can give. 100. You know, if you can't handle the situation, you never dealt with the situation before, the best thing to do. And if some like your mates be like, oh, bro, what are you talking about, bro? Why would you do that, bro? It's your phone.
But little did they know, they just got chased. You get me? They just got chased. That's why he's out of breath.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't give them my phone. Do like.
Say again, Neil?
Yeah.
The thing is though, right, obviously people asking for their phones, and if you give them the phones, they don't realise if you go to the police, there's a GPS in your phone that can track it, so they can easily just get your phone back.
The thing is that no offense to the police, they have the technology maybe to track the phone. I don't know exactly, but at the end of the day, like a majority of the thing is, especially within London, is that they're not going to go out their way to find it, because losing a phone and then the other cases that they deal with, you know, on a day-to-day basis, like
phone isn't like the priority.
Yeah, it's not the biggest thing, you know. They're not going to go out their way to search it. However, they have obviously spaces where people can like register items and stuff online, and if they find it, then they can obviously like allow the owner to meet up with their lost property or stolen property. But ultimately, like if your phone goes, your phone's gone. I'm just gonna say that straight. Like
You know what it is? I think I think it's a thing. If they want your phone, if they know that they can get your phone, what do you think about this? Yeah, if they know that they can get your phone, they probably want something. They probably want more. You know what I mean? Maybe like
it depends,
you know
man.
Say.
It depends, because it depends on the situation. It depends on what they're asking for.
100.
Majority of the time is like what they're gonna ask for. They're gonna say it straight there and then. They're gonna get straight to the point. They're not gonna be like, "Hey, how you doing, man? You good? You good? You having a good time?"
It's never that. Yeah.
They're not gonna go through the long route. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, here's my knife. Here's my knife, and here's my hand. Give me your phone, or else," kind of thing. Or else still.
Right. What I don't get is obviously nothing towards boys or nothing, but boys can and men can handle themselves more than women can. So if someone come up with a knife in their hand and goes, "Oh yeah, give me their phone," obviously the boys know what to do. Then us girls, we'd be so scared. We just wouldn't know what to do, and it's not just the fact that we wouldn't know what to do. We just don't know what they would do next.
Of course.
And they'd end up doing something.
That's what the best way to get is just to give what you can and get out of the situation as soon as possible. 100%. You don't wanna escalate it anywhere else. You don't want to antagonize the guy and turn it into what ends up happening is that it turns into a situation worse than it has to be. And then that's it. You don't have to die saving your phone. Or your wallet or whatever they're asking for. Imagine you're dying,
No, the way you said that, if you talk to someone, I don't think if they ever try to reply back to you, like, bro, you're so dumb. Like the way you said it just point blank, period.
It's
so
dumb, bro.
Straightforward.
You have to remember, a lot. If you're a young person that's listening to this, and you have to understand, is you have to remember, if you're dying for something, if you're dying for a phone or the money in your wallet or I don't know, your house keys. I don't know, man. I hope they probably won't ask for your house keys. To be fair, you're not gonna tell them where you live. You know what I mean. But what I'm trying to say is that if you can't, you have to remember, you have family, you have friends, you have this and that. You're risking all of that for a phone. It doesn't make any sense.
What about you, Anita? Have you ever seen anything that's
Well, I mean, obviously I live in Wales, but I'm near enough up and down to London every week. I mean, I've been up and down to London the past 3 times in the past 4 weeks. And I've been going up there ever since I've been a baby. I've been walking around the streets of London, and the amount of knife crime going on down here, not just down here, but up in London as well. And you see it all the time. You could walk down a lane or walk down an alley, and someone can just jump out of nowhere with a knife in their hand and just go, "Give me this," or "Do this," or you know what I mean? And down here in Wales, it's you could walk up to the roughest part of Swansea, and no word of a lie, you would literally get 2 minutes up the road and you would have a knife pulled out at you. It's the roughest part.
Mad.
That is crazy.
Crazy, man. How do you think the next generations, the generations ahead of us are going to be impacted by things like this?
Look, I think what we need is a practical solution so the next generation doesn't have to face that. And that's why I mentioned Fran Alex Paul, in regards to the whole situation, what he's doing, and that why we need more people like him in our society. Why we need companies like Steelworks in our society, because essentially what they do is they take knives off the street. And we can't have the whole mentality of these guys are in gangs and this and that. They have to have the questions how do we get them out of that? We need to create opportunities for them. The reason why a lot of the thing is one thing you have to understand, these youngsters that fall into these categories of joining these kind of groups, they join
they do fall into them pretty fast.
Exactly. The reason why they fall into them is why. It's one example is when people are looking to recruit people into these kind of groups, and I'm saying recruit because essentially they want to grow it, they want to grow that group, So when I say recruit is that they look for people that are vulnerable, Yeah, that are in a bad situation. Yeah, they look for people with no friends. You know, like we'll be your friends. We'll be, and then they make it like their family. Yeah, they
Not
actually
just
make it like
that,
their
they're
family.
making false promises to them.
False promises.
Yeah,
You know,
100.
like for you know what I mean. They promise them things that they don't. They know they can't deliver, or they can give them a taster of it, and then that's it. They're part of it. You know, some people like, for example, like for example, like people that join into these kind of groups, these kind of groups, yeah, they what they sort like what you said, they show them a lifestyle, yeah, that they feel like they can get at a young age, yeah, and they feel like they can, if they graft their way, yeah, they can get to that, and that's why they get into these kind of things, and the majority of the cases that it just these kind of lifestyles, they just involve carrying, involve carrying, and that's why these guys that do it, yeah, that are stopping against it. You know, Farron, like the guy called Farron on Steelworks, the reason why they're so good is because they take it off the street. They speak to these young people. Then afterwards, not only that, they provide them opportunities. Brother, I'm seeing like youngsters that used to, like young people that used to carry knives. Now, like with Steelworks, they're now fully like gym nuts. You know, they're doing calisthenics every day. You know, they're fully like wedge. They're wedge guys. Yeah, and they're more confident about themselves, and they're in a better environment.
Yeah, 100%,
you know,
100%.
They still may talk the same, act the same, you know, like but they're in a better environment, and that's what we need to get these guys out of these like toxic environments, yeah, and get them into better environments and offer them opportunities where they can make money in a better means, you know, in a legal means. You know, get into a situation where they can go to what's it called? Where they can go to where they can work in society as normal, you know, and they don't have to have that whole this whole dealing with knife crime and then these toxic environments and growing up in a lifestyle of crime. You know, that's what we need to do, man.
I just thought of my uncles as soon as you said that. I'm not gonna lie. That's mad. What about you, Anita? How do you think it's gonna affect, impact the next generations coming?
Well, I mean, as you guys said, like these people, they know what they're doing. And these gang members like make false promises, which then leaves the like recruits think that that's gonna happen when it's not actually gonna happen that way, and it's just gonna turn out bad for them. Like young girls, say for instance, they get involved in it. They don't want to think about it, but stuff like can happen to them as well, and they don't realize it. And it's just like you think to yourself, you go, why are people actually getting into these kind of gangs and situations like this? But then you also think of the other side that like they might not have no one. They might just want to make some kind of friends, and that's being in a gang, and it's not very nice, and it's very toxic, and it's very unsafe because you walk around and knives in your hand.
100. Nah, it's really sad, because like it's a thing where, especially when you're brought up like in a estate, it's a thing where the youngers, they can't really hide from the elders. You know what I mean? They come out their yard, they're seeing they're seeing these elders on the block every single day. So it's a thing where when they come back home now, they're still there. They can't. It's a thing where they can't really escape from them. You know
Because
what I'm trying to
they
say?
probably know they live now.
Yeah,
you know?
they can't really escape from them. So now when these men are asking these little youths questions and stuff like, oh yeah, man's gonna get you money, and I'm gonna bring you in. These kids, it's a thing where they kind of have no choice. I think that's very sad. Yeah, man, it's peak.
I just think that what we need to do as a solution is provide better opportunities.
Yeah, 100.
Try our best to get them out of that lifestyle. Get them connected with these kind of organizations that deal with knife crime, And if you don't get them in contact with these kind of guys, then it's going to be difficult. And you have to have people that relate to them.
Yeah.
You have to have people that have lived that lifestyle, understood it, and they've left it. I know many people that have left that lifestyle. Many people that have gone to prison for that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And they've come out of it and they're just like, why did I do that? And that's what you need to connect them with. If you connect to them with that level, then everything should be fun.
Cool. Thank you for joining, my bro.
It's all good, man. It's all
Nayeem
good.
Chowdhury. Thank you, Anita, for coming on.
No
It was nice to
problem,
meet you and speak to you. It was a bit
Nice
of a...
meeting
It was great meeting
Yeah,
you and speaking to you.
great to see you and see what it was like in Wales. Sounds crazy down there, man. Sounds mad
It is
crazy. Man. It's
crazy.
mad. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Just like it. It's down there. Just press it. It's a button. And yeah, inshallah, we will see you guys soon. Salam.